Not long ago in this very hall, the Tories were demanding that we should launch out and run up enormous expenditure on the Royal Navy. Yet when I try to raise the sum to pay for it, they raise such a howl that we have been completely deafened by them. Of course, they have an answer for this as well. They say, oh, it's not the dreadnoughts we object to paying for, it's the pensions. But if they object to the pensions, why do they keep promising whenever they stand for election that they are going to introduce them themselves? Now you see they're complaining that my budget is putting burdens on the people, which the people cannot bear. I mean, every debate in the House of Commons for the last 5 months, they have been saying, we are not worried for ourselves. No, we can afford it with our broad acres. But how about the little man with his few acres? And we have been so impressed by this tearful appeal that at last we said, all right, we will leave the little man out. And I fully expected the Tory spokesman to jump over the table when I said it, fall upon my neck and embrace me. But he didn't do that. No, he just said, this budget is now more unjust than ever. My sole aim is to put the burdens on the broadest shoulders. Why should I put burdens on the people? I am one of the children of the people. I was brought up among them. I know their trials. God forbid that I should add one grain of trouble to the anxieties which they bear with such patience and fortitude. Yesterday, I was in the old village in which I was brought up. I saw a little boy there, gathering sticks for firewood, and I thought of all the hours that I had spent in that same occupation when I was a boy. I learned it was of little use to go into the woods after a period of calm and fine weather, for I generally returned empty-handed. But after a violent storm, I always came back with an armful. We are in for rough weather. We may even be in for a winter of storms that will rock the forest, break many a withered branch, leave many a rotten tree torn up by the roots. But when the weather has cleared, you may depend upon it, something will be brought within the reach of the people that will give them warmth and glow to their grey lives. Something that will help to dispel the hunger, the despair, the oppression, and the wrong which chill so many of their hearts. And if the Lords decide to rebel against any of these proposals, then issues will be raised that they little dream of, because the question will be asked whether these Lords, these 500 men chosen accidentally from among the unemployed, should override the judgment of millions of people engaged in the industry which makes the wealth of this country. They will ask, is this the sort of thing we spend £250,000 a year on? Oh yes, because one fully equipped Duke costs as much to keep up as 2 dreadnoughts, and they are just as great a terror, and they last longer.